what I really want to know, most of all, and what other people should be asking is, how exactly did those American soldiers come to possess those Japanese flags in the first place? By the way, there was film evidence of those Japanese flags being signed by Japanese inside their hometown. There's film of it. When those Japanese, there are photographs of those with those Japanese workers at their factories holding those Japanese flags that are signed, by the way. There are lots of photographs of those, of every single one of those Japanese and their flags being photographed in front of their factories, holding their Japanese flags with the people that signed those flags. So what I want to know is, how exactly did the United States soldiers get those flags? And that's what everyone else should want to know. Because there is photographic evidence, there were records of those Japanese and their flags and the factories where they worked. So, and they were all nice and proud and happy of all the great things that they had done. So there are photographs of Japanese holding those flags. So now those flags ended up in some piece of shit so-called American United States soldiers' house, without those Japanese being around. Which means that somebody's daddy is about this big tall, or smaller. And somebody's daddy walked in and basically shot those Japanese in the back. My question is, what did their daddy take? Was it worth it? Because there's only one way that those flags got in the hands of a United States American. No, he's not American. He's Yankee. And he is at the level of pond scum. I'm sorry, your daddy is a piece of shit. There's a reason why your daddy said those flags can never go home. Because somebody would know where they're from. All those Japanese flags were workers. And they were for building cars, they were for working good, and they were for being employment or whatever. Basically, those Japanese were shot in the back by somebody. I would like to know why and how that they ended up in an American or United States person's trunk 50 years later. Anyway, I know where those flags came from, basically. I know what those flags meant. Anyway, it's unfortunate. Sometimes actually I would hear stories of it. You know, the Japanese would be on the submarine and they're about to submerge. And they'd be giving them the flag. Saying, please take this with you. They'd be like, no, we can't take anything with us. We can't take anything with us. They're about to submerge underneath them and leave them stranded out in the middle of the ocean. Anyway, whenever a Japanese left home, he usually took a flag signed by his loved ones. Those flags, there were hundreds of them, thousands maybe. Young Japanese men and women going off to go out into the world. All they wanted was a good life. Well, that's Nixon and John McCain for you. President Bush. JFK. Jimmy Carter, John McCain. Anyway, whatever. Vital to the war effort, he said. Anyway, well, I guess that's one way to live a good life and steal. I'm sorry if I get mad. Sorry if I get a little upset, but it was wrong what they did. The Japanese were good people. They worked hard. They were proud of what they had done. Like I said, a lot of them were with Germans. Germans were protecting them. These people that were so-called United States or whatever, or Yankees really, would walk up to the gates and try and get into the place. And when they couldn't get in, they would shoot a couple German guards, and then they would try and get in. So they were just horrible people. They weren't really a part of a military. I said people would say, "Oh, whoa." It's like, no, you weren't a part of a military. You were a militia. And you were breaking the law and just killing people. They were very bad people. The Germans weren't doing anything wrong. The black people maybe, not the Germans. I own Germany. There was an Adolf Himmler, which was going around Germany, but he was black. And I said, I had a whole bunch of houses that, it's just that, Richard Nixon, John McCain didn't have any money. They didn't have any money. George W. Bush was broke. The Kennedys didn't really have any money either. Nobody had that much money. They had a gun. They had a sub with some torpedoes. They knew how to lie. Oh well. Like I say, JFK ended up on Iraq, getting tortured. Probably so did quite a few other people. Like I say, it got to the point where I was like, whatever. 1,000, million, 5 million. It rocked on for about 1 billion years, and I was just like, anyway. I just figured I'd wait until they're dead. Anyway, I had someone else take care of it. Not human. Like I said, John McCain, Richard Nixon, and a lot of other people thought I was going to ask humans to take care of it, and therefore, if they controlled humanity, if they controlled the government, if they were in power, or if humans believe them more than me, it's like, well, I wasn't really. I had other life forms that were very, very, very much more powerful than humans. Exoskeletons. Almost bulletproof. Anyway, yeah. That's why I lived. That's why I'm here. Actually. Otherwise I'd be dead. I wouldn't be here. So. Anyway. Meanwhile, other people would be going, it's not true. It's not true. We're the only ones in space. Those things we think are stars are space dust. Like, wow. You need to get off the LSD, dude. Space dust. The stars at night are space dust? What's that big light source? A bulb? We're the only life in the galaxy, in the universe? What? Really? Wow. The trillions of billions of stars, and we're the only life forms out there? Since when? Wow. That's just weird. Yeah, whatever. Whatever.